the question is, Marcelo Mayer, International League Player of the Week. He's raking. Roman Anthony had an X-ray, negative. He'll be fine, but he has been hot like a toddy for much of the minor league baseball season. You got two guys that feel like they need to be in the big leagues. And yet the question is, where do they play? Who do you sit? Where do they fit? So Fitzy. Answer the question, jerk.
What you want? What the question, jerk. I don't know. I mean, this is not just an Alex Cora question. This is now also a Brez question, a Kennedy question, an organizational question. Do we start the clock on these kids now, or do we let them just start? Have they now tapped into their talent so much that they're forcing the conversation and forcing their hand? Are they better served in Worcester now, raking and dominating, or would they be better served coming up and playing 2 games a week? I think you'd probably want them playing every day to build up their baseball stamina, correct?
That's my answer. I think right now they belong in Worcester. They belong playing every night. They belong raking. They belong feeling good and prepping and
how do you do that? How do you do that for, and not get called up and then still stay engaged and have your edge? I just think there's a point in which, as a player, you're like, okay, I've been knocking the cover off the ball here for a long time, and I'm still not getting called up. I mean, how much? And then that would, I don't know, as from a psychological standpoint, I could see that kind of almost, all right, I don't know, taking some of the fire and the sting away for you.
Well, especially for Marcelo Mayer, who I believe it was with Jones and Keefe on opening day out at Polar Park, kind of voiced his disappointment and said he belonged to be in the big league. Yeah. Like he expected to be in the big league.
He belonged on the major league roster. Yeah. And I love that swag.
I do too, as long as it doesn't become in any way counterproductive or like you're kind of insinuating, Ted, do you become complacent? Yeah. Do you lose your edge? Yeah. Now all of a sudden you're in a slump and it's like, well, now I can't bring you up because you're in a slump. We don't want you up until you get back to raking. So
if Roman Anthony's not playing first base and he's going to be an outfielder, I mean, what do you like? Jaron Duran's not going anywhere and left. I mean, that's Cora's been saying that forever.
Yeah.
So it's either center field or right field.
And Rafaela, for a while, people were talking about Rafaela was struggling. Maybe that's an opportunity. And
not in the field, but at the bat.
Now he's hot as
can
be.
Streaking now.
Yeah, now he's batting. I think Dan Ball said last 7 days he's batting over 300. He had the 5 RBI. Like he's having a great run here, and they gave him that extension last year. They want him to be this dynamic center fielder who can be a little bit of a spark plug at the bottom of the lineup. So I think this is a little bit like Fitzy when we say, well, you got 6 pitchers, you're going to have to go to a 6-man rotation. These things tend to play themselves out, and I don't want to jinx anybody, but I'm just saying Trevor Story doesn't have the most consistent history of being available. Like your guy Bregman is available, but he's not the youngest guy. Like these things tend to play themselves out. You overanalyze. Don't force it. I guess that would be my, don't force it. It's a long season and take it where it comes.
Or somebody should probably remind Willie or Abreu that he should be renting.
Oh, now we're taking shots at Willie Abreu. You know the funny name that I think
not a shot. That's a hey, you're a good ball player, but we have more people that can do what you do and potentially better. So
and we need Mason Miller, and we need Mason Miller, so you might look better in green and red.
It always comes back to him.
Story and Abreu for Miller. I'd do it in a heartbeat.
I'll do Slayton, Abreu, and something else.
I'll even throw in a gently used Yoshida if you'll take that contract off the books, and there's no chance that the Oakland A's would do that, or Sacramento A's, where the hell they are now. Because I think he's also a funny name, Dan Ball. No one talks about Yoshida. You have a $20 million DH.
It's incredible.
Who is just out of sight, out of mind.
Just chilling, collecting his money.
Good life.
Not doing anything.
Yes, Dan Ball.
It's funny you say that nobody talks about him. I saw the use of the Jordan meme of "we're not talking about that." Somebody put the quote of, "So what's going on with Masataka Yoshida?" And the response was the picture of "we're not talking about that."
We're not talking about this.
So we don't talk about. Let me get this straight. The pecking order is we don't talk about Bruno and we don't talk about how Belichick and Jordan met. Is that correct, Dan?
Nope. Yep.
That is correct.
Let's go to the phone line, 617-779-7937. Rob in Swampskit wants to talk about this question with no answer. What do you do with Roman Anthony and Marcelo Mayer? What's up, Rob?
How you doing, fellas? I agree that you can't force it, but let me just ask a general question. If you've got 2 young studs that are getting it done at the AAA level, and then you have somebody on your major league team who we might have had high expectations for, but has shown us without a doubt his bat is not consistent, and his defense is skeptic. I mean, I'm trying to understand the love affair with Kristian Campbell.
Yeah, I was wondering where you're going. Yeah.
All right, thanks for the call, Rob.
I was like, he's got to be talking about Costas.
I don't think there is a love affair, but there is a we don't have a plan B affair problem here. Like again, if one of those two players played first base, I think they'd already be in the big leagues. They'd be playing for the Boston Red Sox every night.
It's crazy, though. This is also a team that had Kyle Schwarber playing first base.
Oh, yeah.
They're literally like, you know what, can you just, I don't know, in some really important games, play a position you're really not comfortable playing for us a little bit. Like, I just think there's the perception is around here is that anybody can play first base.
Yeah, I kind of feel that way, too.
That's what it feels like.
You know who else said that? Will Middlebrooks. I believe his quote and I don't know if it was on Nesson or on WEEI's broadcast, was because he played third and then at times would be asked to play first. He considered it, quote, a night off because it was so much easier. He's like, you basically knock the ball down and then either touch first or lob the ball to the pitcher.
I mean, I'll be honest. That's, to me, is the spot. Like, why are they, if they're reluctant to play Roman Anthony at first?
Because those guys are so good at their other positions, their long-term positions of value, and you don't want to screw with a young player and although
you don't want to.
I think that would really screw with him, having him take a couple reps at first.
I don't, but I just don't know that it's worth it. And again, I don't know that you need to force it yet. Maybe you'd start to get desperate if you were not the Rockies, but if you were like 10-20 right now, but you're 2 games above 500, you're in second place.
Like,
just extend it, long play it, see what happens.